Okay, now we got our database asset sitting right here. Make sure it looks just like this. Otherwise, go back and do the last video. And then also we want to have our Spanish.zip looking just like this under assets, databases, and Spanish zip. Once you do that, let's go over and double click on this database access, okay? I put a whole bunch of hints in here on how to use this. We're going to start out with a couple lines right here. I'm going to grab this line right here, this string line, Control C, and I'm going to stick that right in my main activity right up here. Remember how we did that before? We added some lists of strings up here. Once again, if you click on that, Alt Enter, import class, you'll be all set. And we want to call this Spanish, like that. Go ahead and copy that line twice, okay? This one's going to be English. And this one's going to be Spanish, sorted with a capital T, okay? Because, yeah, that database is not sorted, and I want to get that information how they're sorted. So I'm going to do this, and we'll talk about more about that later. And then we want to take and we want to make we did this once before, my last one. You could even copy some of this out of the last one, okay? But we want to make a list view. We're going to create this list view. Right there it is. List view, semicolon. And we also want to create an array adapter up here. Array adapter, just like that, semicolon. Oops. Evidently it doesn't know what that is. Let's go ahead and click on it. Alt Enter. And there we go. It imported it for us. Okay. And then one more thing we want to do is we're going to create something like this. Okay, I'm going to copy this out of our database again here. Database access. And go back in here and copy that to the next line. And now here we have to say, well, what's the name of my database? My database name is Spanish. So what I'm going to do is replace this with Spanish. It's a little strange, but this is Spanish DB. This is Spanish.zip. Don't worry about that. It's supposed to be DB. Don't make this zip, okay? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to copy a couple more lines of code here because we want to take and have that database. Now I wrote some look at all this stuff in here, okay? This is stuff that I kind of found off the internet and I rewrote it myself because I want to make it work just as easy as possible. Grab these two lines of code right here. In fact, we'll grab that little remark too. That's okay. Like that. Oops. And we're going to paste that into here. And that's going to go after we on create here, right there, like that, okay? What that does, it makes an instance or of this class, okay? And it feeds it the database name, which is right up here, okay? And then it opens the database. That's all you have to do. I did all the grunt work for you, okay? And now what we want to do, go back in here, we're going to grab another piece of code, this one right here, okay? All the way to the end, Control C, and I'm going to take and I'm going to take and paste that right here, okay? Now here we got a bunch of comments. You can get rid of these example. You can get rid of that if you want. We don't need that. Now it's not string stuff because this is an example. What do we want to do? We want to make that our Spanish, okay? Like that. So we're going to be getting information from this database access that I created. .get string, because this is a string. Now I have to say, okay, what is our table name? Okay, and I'm going to look at it for you. You don't have to do this. You don't bring it if you don't want to. There's our table name is called words. No capitals, just words, okay? So we're going to take and we're going to change table name of table to words like that, okay? And then we have to say, okay, what's our field name? Spanish is Spanish, like this, no capital letters. So we're going to take and replace name of field with S-P-A-N-I-S-H, just like that. Okay, go ahead and copy this line because we're going to do this 3 times. Paste it in there once, paste it in there again. This time it's going to be English and Spanish sorted like that. Okay, so we're making these right here, we're making those right down here. This one here is not Spanish anymore. Let's go see what the name of that field is. Oh, it's called English. Okay, let's make that English for this one. And this one we can keep it the same, okay? No problem. Now I want to pull one more line from here, and this is a nice little piece of code that we can take and use to sort our list of Spanish words. Paste that right in there. Collections, hit Alt, Enter over top of that. And not my list, but I want to do this Spanish sorted like that. So that will sort now these. And now when they show up in my list, okay, then the show is sorted. Wonderful. Okay. Now we're kind of back to some code that we wrote last week. Okay. First of all, we want to take and assign our list view. Is equal to, once again, we're going to cast it as a list view. Find there are capital R dot ID dot list view. Right there it is, semicolon. Okay. And then we're going to set our array adapter again. Is equal to a new array adapter right there. And we got to tell it the context is this. Context is kind of a weird thing. Basically, it says that I'm in this right now, this main activity.java. That is my context. But if you type in this, it does the same thing for you, which is a little bit easier. The second part, of course, is kind of a pain. Android. It doesn't help us. Dot capital R dot layout. Right there, it helped me with that. Okay, dot simple list one, comma, and what do I want to put in there? I want to put in my Spanish. You know, if you wanted to, you could put your English words in here too, okay? But in this case, we're putting the Spanish ones in there. And now, once again, we have to say list view dot set array adapter right there. And which one? Right above the array adapter. So we're putting this in this. And now that will take and fill up our list view for us, okay? One more line here, list view dot set on right there. Click listener, and there I say a new, and this is a little bit different from the other one because I have to say new adapter view. I had a cheat look at my old program. Right there like that, and that fills in a bunch of code for us, okay? Wonderful. So now once again, when somebody clicks on a Spanish word, what do I want to do? I want to say string Spanish word is equal to, and I can get that from my list view dot get item at position. Item at position. Right there. Okay. And which position? I can get that from my position right up here. Position. Like that. So now I know what the Spanish word is. I believe I got to say a dot to string on that. Otherwise it gets confused. Okay, there we go. And now we got to figure out what our English word is, okay? Let's make a string English word, semicolon. Okay, and I think I have to say that's equal to, otherwise I get an error later on, like that. I got to create a little loop again, remember? Because I got to go through my words. There's other ways I could actually take, being it's a database, I could actually give it some SQL to find it, but this is an easier, more of a boneheaded way to do it, okay? So anyway, I'm going to say for int x is equal to 0, semicolon, x is less than Spanish dot size, like that, semicolon, and X plus plus. Opening curly brace right here, hit enter, and we're going to say if. And Spanish, where's our Spanish list right here? Dot get, which one? I'm going to get X. As this loops through there, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So anyway, I'm going to get that. Let's see. Dot equals. You can't say equals, the equals marker. You can't say that because it's a string and it's just, yeah, it's weird. Some of you guys will go, oh yeah, that's right, you can't do that, okay? So anyway, if that equals, oh, and inside of here, we have to say, what is it equal to? And there it's going to be our Spanish word right there. So in other words, I'm going to say, okay, if this one is equal to this one here, which I just got out of here, then let's go do something, okay? Opening curly brace, enter. If that's the sake, or if that's the truth, then our English word is equal to our Spanish dot get and X again, semicolon, just like that. And so now we know what our Spanish word is. Sweet, okay. Now we're going to take and we're going to add a toast, okay? You have to be careful where you put your cursor here. Now it's got to be right here, okay? Because we want to be outside of that loop, okay? And we want it to happen before this on click is over. And there we're going to say toast dot make text, okay? And first we have to get our application, get application context. Once again, just one of those funny little things that we have to do. And I'm going to wrap this like I did last time, okay? And I'm going to say the Spanish word. Ooh, that should be a capital letter when you say Spanish word. And then I'm going to say plus, and I'm going to say Spanish word plus, and a quotation mark means, and then our English word, just like that, semicolon. I got to put something else in here yet, don't I? Comma. I'm going to wrap again because I'm running out of space again. Toast dot length long dot show. Oh, I'm doing something wrong here. Yep, I've got to do outside of these parentheses. Dot show right there. Just like that. Go ahead and run it. See what happens. Oh, I got an error in there. It's just the Spanish word and the Spanish word. Oh, right here. Look at this. I got one little error in there. Fix this error here. Okay, that should be English. There, that should fix it. And you may have noticed one more thing. The Spanish words are not in alphabetical order. Oh, why is that? Oh, that's because, look it up here, sorted right there like that, okay? There you go. Now I'll go ahead and run that. There we go. A couple mistakes here, but we got it. Okay, hopefully that works. We've got one more video where we're going to take and we're going to put that search menu item in there.